Welcome to Coach's Corner. Tonight we play ball, baseball with the Pro Kids Baseball Academy. Join us for an inside look as we take you to the Pro Kids Baseball Academy camp. Kids of all ages get major league instruction in all areas of the sport. If you want to improve your game and you love the sport of baseball, then join us for this edition of Coach's Corner with Paul Higgins. All the great action starts right now.
Hello everybody, I'm Paul Higgins and welcome to this week's edition of Coach's Corner. As you can tell, we do have a fantastic show right here at the shops of Mission Viejo. This is a fantastic place to kick off our second season on MVTV. And even though it's not the season yet, it will be soon, and that's baseball season. Tonight we're going to be talking baseball with Pro Kids Baseball Academy. The founder of that, Mark Pryzbylak, joining me, and also a special guest on hand, former Major League Baseball player Mike Lamb will tell you about his career. But gentlemen, welcome to Coach's Corner. Thanks for joining me, our first edition on location here at the shops of Mission Viejo. Are you excited about baseball season?
I'm absolutely excited. I'm excited that I'm part of your first annual edition. I'm honored, thank you.
Yeah, no, it is great to have you guys here. And I know that baseball season is a season now that seems like it's 12 months out of the year. Whether it be on season, off season, Mark, what do you do on a daily basis to keep up your baseball skills? Because as we saw in the Open, you teach these baseball skills not only to the kids, but more importantly, to the coaches.
Right. I think for any athlete, primarily a baseball player that wants to stay fresh, you need to do the fundamentals. You need to be able to maybe do 10 minutes of swings a day, okay? Growing up as a kid, I always played catch. There was always a baseball glove on my handlebars.
Yeah.
And I rode everywhere, and I always found somebody to play catch with. So if you can do that and have friends that will play catch with you, then go ahead and do that. When I couldn't find a friend, I would find a tennis ball and throw it against my garage door. Just had to wash it when I was done. But basically, there are things that you can do. There's nothing wrong with playing other sports also. Soccer, basketball, flag football keeps your body in condition, allows you to learn how to run backwards and all that sort of stuff. Right. But primarily for baseball, it's stay fresh, work on your fundamentals, your foundation stuff.
Absolutely, and Mark Pryzbylak, and I'll do my cheat sheet here because this is pretty important. Started the Pro Kids Baseball Academy back in the year 2000. Hitting, he started to specialize in hitting in 2005. One reason why, he worked with the likes of Tony Gwynn, Rod Carew, Mark McGuire, of course, Mike Schmidt with the Philadelphia Phillies. You might have seen the video that they produced. It's a fantastic video, a hitting video, so you can check that out. For Mike Lamb, what a great baseball career he had. And of course, Mike Lamb, he graduated from Cal State Fullerton in his freshman year, won a national championship with the Titans, so he is part of that Cal State Fullerton legacy. Also, in the year 2005, played in the World Series with the Houston Astros. So of course, Mike Lamb has been around baseball his entire life. Mike, I want to welcome you to Coach's Corner. And I know, of course, your baseball career, it's never over. You're always going to pick up a glove and a bat and a ball. Your most memorable time, I have to ask, as a Cal State Fullerton Titan, those were some special times.
Oh man, it was a vital, important part of my life. I did a lot of growing up, that 18 to 21 age, gap right there. Those 3 years was so important for me. It catapulted me to bigger and better things. I got a call from a scout out of high school. He said, it was 30 seconds. What are you planning on doing? I said, I think I'm going to go to school. He said, that's a good idea, and hung up the phone. So that was my high school draft experience. So it was just that important to me, and I still keep in contact with those guys. I consider those guys like brothers. That's how important that time was for me. And I'll have kids ask me, parents, my son's going to be drafted out of high school, what should we do? And I mean, if you're going to be a first rounder, it's tough to turn down that money, but for me, I'd go to college. You get the experience of going to school, you get the experience of being away from home. Right. You develop relationships. I met my wife in college, so it was a pretty important spot for me, So it was good, but I just always encourage the kids to go to college, and and take the steps now in school, whether you're in elementary school or high school, to keep your options open. We talk about all the time with our kids. If you're going to be a C student or a D student, you know, that scout's going to come to your house and you don't have a college scholarship to negotiate with, and he's going to give you whatever he wants to give you.
You know, you're a great guest because you already answered 3 of my questions that I haven't even asked yet. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And I work off a clean slate.
Right.
But your relationship, how did that come to fruition, and how do you guys know each other, and where is this relationship? I know it because I interviewed you and Mark during the summer, or you and Mike during the summer, but can you tell our viewers?
Yeah. I met Mike through a mutual friend where we were looking at some new technology for hitting. I'm always trying to stay in the cutting edge of it. At the time, Mike happened to be at the same place working with one of my mentors, Reggie Smith. And Reggie was working with Mike in a particular aspect of what we were both trying to learn about. During that time, Mike and I got to know each other. I had a baseball camp coming up where my fielding instructor couldn't be there. And I was searching everywhere going, I want somebody really good. So on a whim, I got a hold of Mike Lamb's phone number. I actually texted him. I was afraid to call him. I said, Mike, can you help me? This is Mark. I met you the other day.
Oh, you wuss? What's up with
that?
Yeah,
I'm a shy guy, you know. So I texted Mike, and Mike says, let me get back with you. And I said, okay, great. And 2 days later, he says, I'll do it. I'm like, what?
Wow.
I'll do it. And Mike showed up, and being the professional that he was, it was so good to have him there. What makes him special is I teach kids. It's Pro Kids Academy. I have kids coming in from age 6 to age 12. Mike has 3 kids of his own. Right. So not only does he know baseball, he knows the spirit and the heart of a kid. And that's really important. And he knew how to handle the kids immediately in my camp. Yeah. So that's how I met Mike. From that point on, it was like, his son Andrew was 8 years old. So he was 7 at the time. Andrew fit in perfect. Dad, can we do another camp? And from that point on, it's like he and I have been doing this together. You know?
Mike, it's a crapshoot on how you get in Major League Baseball. There's a young man out of J. Sarah that got in, Austin Hedges, great catcher, and you're hearing so many great things about him. Of course, in the Mission Viejo area, we have so many great athletes. How hard is it to make it? Last year, you were at the Yankees. I mean, it's a big leap from college to the pros.
It definitely is. I mean, in college, I think we played like 70 games. You know, in a minor league season, we played 140, April through September 1st. There's not a lot of days off. Yeah. I think one year we played the entire month of May. It's a grind. It's difficult. You know, I tell people I was fortunate. I was standing at the right place at the right time. I had the year of my life in AA, and the third baseman in the big leagues, Todd Zeal, signs with the Mets. I mean, just. Wow. You know, the stars aligned for me. Right. And I always tell people, the counter to that is how many shortstops did the Orioles draft in the 80s when Cal Ripken was standing there, busy playing 2,500 games in a row.
It's an amazing story. That's not a bad guy to follow. We'll talk more about that. Can you hang out for one more segment?
Absolutely, yeah.
Mike joining us, of course. A little bit later on, Kai Miller will be on the edition of Coach's Corner. Who's Kai Miller? Well, we'll tell you all about him in just a little bit. You're watching Coach's Corner on location here at the Shops in Mission Viejo, right here on MVTV Channel 30.